removed her bonnet and pulled on the bobby pins, letting her glossy brown hair drop to her shoulders. But as she walked over to meet the makeup artist, she noticed Nova heading in the opposite direction to the back door. "You aren't staying for the shoot?" Sparkle asked her sister. Nova's eyes darted toward the window, where Dad was currently making his way toward the backyard. "You said you needed me to help with the couch." Nova stepped another inch toward the hall. "And I did. Yeah, but..." Sparkle didn't want to force Nova to stay. But this was their thing. Modeling, dance, acting. Nova had always loved performing just as much as Sparkle. Plus, today was different. Mother usually took pictures of Sparkle or Nova posing with the free swag small brands sent them using her phone camera, a sturdy floor lamp, and one of her homemade backdrops. Last week, a local toothpaste brand had sent a small package of their products with a note asking Mother if Sparkle wanted to promote their toothpaste on her page. This time, they hadn't just offered the products. They'd offered real money. Sure, it wasn't a lot of cash, but this was her start, a chance to prove she could pack enough emotion into one piercing stare into the camera lens to send her social media followers scrambling to order their very own tube of gleamy white toothpaste. Just like Mother on those billboards all those years ago. "I'll be back after I get some fresh air," Nova said with a little wave. "Good luck with the shoot." With Nova joining Dad in the backyard, Sparkle sat down in a chair Mother pulled in from the dining room, while Tisha put her hands on her hips and peered into her face. "What are we doing today?" she asked Mother. "Today is all about my Sparkle's natural beauty," Mother explained. "So, smooth the face out with a little foundation, dab on a little bronzer in the T-zone to really give her that glow, maybe line her lids a little, and maybe contour her Mother stopped for a moment, her tongue pressed against the roof of her mouth in the familiar way that Sparkle knew meant she was struggling to get a word out. "Nose?" she suggested. A slight look of relief washed over Mother's face. "Thank you, Sparkle, baby. Yes, her nose." She made a motion with her fingers. "Just a light contour, nothing too extreme." Tisha began cleaning Sparkle's face with a small white towelette. "So, you want to be a model, huh?" Sparkle's heart fluttered. "Not just a model. I want to act and sing and dance." "My girls want to be Renaissance women," Mother said, picking up where she'd left off with the backdrop. With her back turned to Tisha and Sparkle, she said, "I had those same dreams as a kid." Mother's voice went quiet for a beat. "But I wasn't a natural." Mother stopped again, the wrinkles in her forehead deepening slightly. "Not like my Sparkle and Nova." This was one of the few times Sparkle disagreed with her mom. Mother was a natural. She'd even booked a commercial once. Words just gave her trouble every now and then. It wasn't like she didn't know a bunch of words. She just struggled getting them to come out sometimes, especially when she was a little stressed or nervous. Years before Sparkle was born, Mother had stammered through her lines during her first commercial shoot. Flustered by the experience, Mother walked off set during a short break and away from her budding career as an entertainer forever. If it had been Sparkle, she might have taken a speech class or practiced in the mirror a zillion times before the big day. But Mother had been too embarrassed to ask for a do-over, which didn't make sense to Sparkle. She didn't think one little thing could ever keep her away from doing something she loved. If the makeup artist noticed Mother stutter, she didn't let on. Instead, she changed the subject. "Sparkle and Nova. Those are interesting names," Tisha said, pulling a makeup brush from the small pouch hanging from her hip. "Both of my girls were meant to shine bright," Mother said behind her. "Have you ever seen two girls with such flawless brown skin? Such deep dimples? Sometimes I think their smiles are bright enough to light up the entire state of Maryland."